Hey fam bam. So as you can see, I am here in the emergency room. Yes, I have been here for a couple of hours waiting for them to call me back, but all is well. God is good. He's always taking care of me. And I just had some pretty bad reactions to some medication that my eye doctor gave me to try to take my eye pressures down. And it was really bad, but I'm thankful to say that I'm not really having most of the side effects anymore. So I'm okay, but the nurse at my doctor's office just instructed me to go to the emergency room so they can do some tests and try to pinpoint, where all the symptoms are coming from, because I had a lot of symptoms, you guys, and I'll tell you more about that on my end video. But man, it was rough, but I'm thankful to God that He has healed me. But I'm just here just to receive care so we can try to figure out where these symptoms came from, because if I need to stop taking the pills that my eye doctor gave me, then I can go ahead and stop taking them. I already stopped taking them because it sounds like all the side effects that I was having is coming from that pill. But the nurse was like, well, you had too many side effects for it to be just from that pill, so you should go ahead and get it checked out. But this right here, this is the corporate, you guys. This stuff right here, these pills, I got them last week. I took them for a week, but I started having the symptoms 2 days ago, and it was bad. It was really, really bad. I know I had shortness of breath, dizziness, lightheadedness. I was lightheaded, nausea, irregular breathing. And when all of these things would hit all at one time, sometimes I would even pass out for a few seconds, and I could tell when it was coming because I would feel lightheaded and dizzy all at the same time. And then that's when the episode is coming where I'm probably going to pass out, or sometimes I don't pass out, but I just have a whole episode where I have all of that going on. Plus my heart rate is increasing. It's like irregular heart rate. And I also had, it was a lot, y'all. I couldn't get no sleep. I could not sleep. Anytime I would try to doze off, it seemed like I would have an episode. And anytime I would, even after the episodes stopped, I just have a problem with, careful, you okay? Oh, you okay, girl? This is real life. My sister Jody is here with me at the hospital, of course, and she drove me here. But you guys, I'm trying to tell you, it was rough. And even when I wasn't having the episodes where I would have the irregular heart rate, irregular breathing, lightheadedness and dizziness and nauseousness, all of this stuff would hit me at one time, and I would pass out for a few seconds and then come back. I could be talking on the phone to somebody, and I done already told them about what I'm going through, and then I just have to tell them, like, I'm sorry, I had an episode and I'm back, But then even when I wasn't going through that, because I was praying and praying, I still had issues with sleeping. Like, I would fall asleep for like 20 minutes and then I wake up. I wake up every 20 minutes because I look at the clock to see how long I was asleep. And so throughout the night, it was so horrible because it just kept happening. That episode just kept happening. And then eventually, you know, it would kind of stop, but I'm still not able to get good sleep. And it would happen all throughout the day. Like yesterday, I was having episode after episode with that, you know, with the symptoms I was just talking about. And it was rough, you guys. But today, my nurse just told me, come on in so they can check you. Go to the emergency room so they can check you and see where this is coming from. Maybe they'll have something that they can do to reverse all the symptoms and everything. So that's why I'm here. And, you know, prayerfully, everything will, you know, go well. I'm sure I'm not going to be admitted into the hospital or anything like that. But, you know, I just have to be careful, because even when I feel like I'm doing fine, oh, it's great, I'm good, the next thing you know, all those symptoms come rushing back. And now here I am having another sleepless night because I keep having episodes and passing out for a few seconds, and it's just a lot. So, but I'm thankful that I know how to pray. I'm thankful that I know who is in control of my life, and I know who I can depend on. And that's God. That's Jesus Christ. So I put everything in his hands, and I'm healed, and I'm just here so I can just get the doctor's report and see what needs to be done. All right, so I'm sitting here. I've been here for like 3 hours already. Now I'm just waiting for the doctor to come in so we can discuss everything and see what he wants to do. So a lot of times they have issues with people recording. They don't want to record. They don't want you recording and things like that. So I'm just going to just not record the doctor as much as I can. And, you know, I'll be sure to give you guys all the updates. These are my eye drops that I take. I'm taking 2 eye drops and 1 pill. And with the pill, I have to take the pill twice a day. So these are the drops. 2 drops and a pill. I have to take 2 pills twice a day. So I'm taking the highest dosage that she could give me, because my pressure in my eyes were dangerously high. So she gave me the highest dosage of the medicine. Let me show y'all this pill. You know, I got to show y'all everything. It's a little pill, this little bitty thing causing all this havoc in my body. It be like that sometimes. A little pill, tiny little pill, you know, and I take 2 of them twice a day. Last time I took it was yesterday morning. I didn't take it last night because me and Jody went over the side effects, and it sounded like I was having all the side effects. That's on the pill bottle. That's on the, you know. So I'm like, shoot, I'm just not going to take. I took my eye drops. I'm used to taking eye drops. I've been taking glaucoma drops my whole life. I've never had any side effects or issues. But I did bring them so that the doctor can look at everything, and just to see if I think it's a man doctor, see if he recommends anything, or if he sees an issue with anything else besides the pills. So, yeah. So, just putting everything back in my purse. I'll be able to pull it right back out when they call it, when they ask for it. But yeah, you guys, I just wanted to document this a little bit, as much as I could. And I'll let you know what happens. I'm just sitting here in my jogging pants. I came comfortable because, you know, sometimes they want you to take your stuff off and put a gown on and all that. I don't feel like wrestling with no jeans and all that stuff. So I got on my little jacket here with my white jogging pants, my white shoes. I got my wristband on. So y'all see I am in the hospital. But God is good, and he's going to fix everything. He's already healed me. I'm healed. And I believe I'm healed. So I'll let you guys know what's going on. All right. Love you. And I will talk to you soon. Hey, fam bam. So I am back from the emergency room. Of course, you know, it's the next day. I didn't get home until after midnight. So I was there for a long time. The doctor came in, he took my pressure. My eye pressure was still very, very high. It was a concern to him because the pills that they gave me, that my eye doctor gave me, it was supposed to bring the pressure down, but it didn't seem like it's really doing anything. So he went on ahead and called my doctor's office, which it was pretty late, but he was just trying to get in touch with whoever he could to get in touch with my eye doctor to see what we should do, because he didn't want me to just stop taking the pills and just be without, because my pressures were still dangerously high, and he just didn't want me to just go without. So it took him a couple of hours to get in touch with somebody. That's why we were in the emergency room so late. But he was very diligent. He wanted to make sure he got in touch with someone and got some answers and some instruction to give me before we left the hospital. So I do appreciate that, even though I was pretty irritated with being in the emergency room for so long. But he was genuinely trying to get to the bottom of what we need to do now, since I'm no longer able to take the medicine, the pill that the eye doctor gave me. So it turned out that because most of my symptoms were gone after I stopped taking that medication the day before yesterday, it turns out that, he believes that that medication was the issue of why I was having all these symptoms. So the symptoms I had were irregular heartbeat. I had issues with my breathing. My taste buds were off. I couldn't drink anything carbonated because it tasted very weird. That was a common side effect, the taste thing. I was weak, nauseous, lightheaded, dizzy, and I had a few more side effects. I had a whole bunch of side effects to this medicine. Like, pretty much I was going through most of the side effects that were listed on the bottle. So, and that's pretty abnormal from what the nurse, from what the doctor has said. So, and from what the nurse told me before I went into the emergency room, she said that's really not normal. Maybe a couple of side effects, but most of them, like 97% of them, like, that was very weird. So anyway, he told me that I should just stay off of the pill, continue my eye drops because they weren't an issue. But he called to talk to my eye doctor or to an associate or somebody that he could get in touch with. And they said that they were going to call me first thing in the morning so that I could set up an appointment to come in as an emergency visit, so they can discuss care. Like, well, okay, we can't take the pill, so now what are we going to do? So that's what he told me. That was his instructions to me from the eye doctor. And so eventually, finally, I was able to go home. And I appreciate the emergency room doctor because he was really wanting to get to the bottom of it. He didn't want to send me home without having some kind of resolution on what's going to happen from there. So I truly, truly appreciate that, even though I was there for forever. I think I went in at like 6 or 6:30, and I didn't get out until after midnight. So it was a very long wait. I guess the emergency room beds were full, so I had to wait for like maybe 3 or 4 hours of that time just to get to the back. And then I saw the doctor. Even waiting for the doctor, that was a long wait as well. But then I had to wait a couple hours for him to get in touch with someone from my eye doctor's office in the middle of the night so he can give me instructions on what's to happen next. So that's why I was there for so long. It was a very, very long wait, but the people were very nice, and the doctor was very diligent in making sure he had something to tell me or something for me to do. So I appreciate that. So I went home, you know, late last night. I still was kind of suffering with a little bit of shortness of breath. Like I have to stop and just take a deep breath sometimes just to make sure that I catch my breath and things like that. But other than that, all the symptoms are pretty much gone. I'm still waiting for my taste buds to come all the way back, but they're coming back. It was a lot, you guys. That little pill caused a lot of issues in my body, and so I'm no longer taking that pill. Even though they said that they were going to get in touch with me first thing in the morning, the doctor and the nurse in the emergency room advised me to call them first thing in the morning, because 9 times out of 10 they probably won't call me first thing in the morning. So I waited until about 10 o'clock, you know, just to give them time to call me, because I know they open at about 9. So I gave them an hour. They didn't call me, so I called at 10. And I talked to the nurse there, and I was pretty frustrated because they didn't make it seem like they wanted to see me that day. You know, she was just basically saying, well, you know, I know your pressures are still high, but the vision that you have in that eye, I think the one in my right eye went down to like 20 something. The one in my left eye is still up in the 50s. So that's the main concern. But she said, you know, the vision that you have in that eye is the vision that you have. It's not like we're going to be able to restore the vision. And your pressures were pretty high, but they've probably been high for quite some time now. So we're not going to have you come in. We're just going to keep your appointment for next month. And I'm like, well, I understand the vision that I have. She's like, well, you can't really see out of the eye. I'm like, I can see out of it. I might not be able to read out of it. I might not really be able to focus out of it, but I can see out of it. And I just felt like, even with the vision that I have, I still have all my peripheral vision. It's just the vision that's right in the center of my pupil. That's where the issue is at. And I feel like any little vision, amount of vision that you have is worth saving. But it just sounded like her, you know, the nurse, and after talking to the doctor and the associate, they all just kind of felt like, well, there's no point in you coming in for an emergency visit, because pretty much there's nothing we can do right now. We can't, you know, do anything to, you know, to make the vision better or anything like that. So we may as well just wait until your next appointment. And, you know, I was just kind of frustrated because in any other glaucoma specialist care that I was in, if my pressures were high, especially dangerously high, that was an emergency situation to them. And even if I had to go in every 2 weeks just for them to monitor to see if the medication is working, that's what we did. But with this lady, it's like, yeah, well, you already can't hardly see out of the eye anyway. So, you know, there's no reason for us to make it an emergency out of it. And, you know, you can just come back on your next appointment. And I don't really like that, because I feel like I'm a new patient. You know, you should be trying to do what you can for your new patient, even if it's just for me to come in and see me after I had that emergency room visit from the medicine that you gave me. Even if it's just to come in and take my pressure and, you know, see where it's at for your own self versus just hearing what the emergency room doctor had to say. I could have came in, you could have took my pressure, we could have talked about what's next, you know, instead of just brushing it off like, oh, well, we'll just see you at your next appointment, which is like 2.5 weeks away. And so now I'm just taking my 2 eye drops that I showed you in the previous video. I'm not able to take the pills anymore because, you know, the side effects are too great. I'm not able to take them. And so it's just like, it is what it is. And so, you know, I'm not happy with that. I would have felt better if they would have if they really wanted me to come in just so that she can see me and make sure everything's okay, and, you know, just to show some concern, you know. But it was just like, oh, well, you know, you don't really have much vision in that eye anyway. We can't restore the vision. And your pressure's been high probably for a long time. So we're just going to wait and see you at your next appointment. I've never, ever dealt with a glaucoma specialist like that ever in my life. I've always had glaucoma specialists where they were very passionate and doing everything that they could for as long as they could to make sure to figure out what we're supposed to do, what can we do to bring this pressure down. And it's like, I just feel like with this lady, she kind of feels like she doesn't really have hope for the vision in that eye anyway. So she's just not making it an emergency, but it is an emergency situation. And even she said it was like, you know, you are in a state of emergency with how high your pressure is. But it's like, you want to see me in a month? That's not normally how that goes. And I've been going to glaucoma specialists my whole life. So I know how this works. For 42 years, I've been going to glaucoma specialists. In situations like this, they keep a close eye on you. You know what I'm saying? And they try to, you know, I know I'm probably at one of the highest amount of medications that they can give me, which is fine, but I'm a new patient, ma'am. You should be trying to monitor this. Don't just have me come in this month and then have me come in next month, a whole month later. I don't know. It's just new to me for somebody to be so nonchalant about an emergency situation like this. So I don't know. I'm probably going to go see her for my next appointment, but I think I'm going to look into seeing another glaucoma specialist because I'm just not feeling this lady. First of all, she was kind of, you know, she wasn't, you know, all into getting to know me as the patient. I don't know. She was just like asking me questions and I answered the questions, and she didn't have a problem answering any of my questions, but she just didn't seem very like, I don't know, her bedside manner or her patient doctor manner was not, it wasn't that good to me. I mean, yeah, she might be a good glaucoma specialist, but at the end of the day, I don't even think that she is, I don't even think she has hope to try to help save the vision that I have left in this eye. You know, it's just like, oh, well, you haven't been to the doctor in a while, so your pressure's probably been high for a long time. And, you know, basically it is what it is. And I'll just see you on your next visit and we'll talk about it then in a month. So I don't really like that, you guys. So I'm going to see what she has to say. And if I still feel some kind of way about her, then I'm just going to find another glaucoma specialist, because I've never had to deal with the nonchalant attitude in my life. You know, my doctors have always been very, very passionate about making sure that they try to save whatever I have versus just looking at it like, oh, well, you can barely see out of it anyway. So, like, I don't think that's very professional. I don't think it's right. So we'll just see. I wish I could have recorded. But as you've seen in the other video, I was not able to record. But you would have saw it, you know, like, wow, she didn't really have too much to say to kind of get to know me as the patient. She just, you know, I don't know, but we'll see, guys. I guess that's it. I'm just gonna wait. I have to go back on the 13th, I think, of June. So I'm gonna wait until then and just see what she has to say. And if she still seems like she has the same kind of attitude, like she's not really interested in Santina the patient and seeing what we can do together, or, you know, explain it. She didn't even explain to me that these pills were going to have any side effects at all. And I can't read the pill bottle to look at the side effects, but at least the common ones, she could have said, you know, some people experience this, some people experience the taste buds, some people have, you know, just the common ones at least. And then I would have known to look out. But all this stuff just started happening to me. And I'm like, what is going on? And then finally I found somebody that can read the side effects to me. And it seemed like I had every single one of them, except for maybe like 2 or 3. So that was pretty tough. And I just felt like it was just kind of crazy that she didn't want to see me right away. But it's okay. We're going to figure it out. If I have to find another glaucoma specialist, then that's what we'll do. But I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on. My pressure is still kind of high, but I'm taking my eye drops as directed, and then we'll just see what happens at the next visit. All right, so everything is good. All the side effects are gone. All is well. No more pills. I didn't even want to take them anyway, so I'm kind of happy I don't have to take them. But if they would have helped the pressure, then I would have been perfectly fine taking them if it would have did what it was supposed to do. But nope, the side effects were too great, and I don't really have time to try to figure out if they're going to work or not. It's already been a week, and my pressure's still high. So yeah, we can let those pills go, and we'll just see what her next plan is, or see about another glaucoma specialist. So I'll keep you guys updated. Just keep me in your prayers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow all the channels, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. And I'll keep you updated with what's going on. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.